he is one of the most thoughtful leaders of any medical specialty.
What I found mostly in Fawzi was not only was he excellent in the type of care that he gave, but more important, the type of care that he shows to a patient, which is very important, like holding your arm or your hand or telling you everything will be all right.
What I admired about Fawzi is he had an extremely sharp mind. He could figure out problems much faster than I could, and it was a pleasure to watch him do it.
Dr. Estefanos was among the first anesthesiologists to recognize the value of databases in advancing medical knowledge.
We built the intensive care unit techniques together with cardiothoracic anesthesia. The whole tenor of the anesthesia involvement in cardiac surgery was set in this institution and many places in the world by Fawzi's efforts.
He established a couple of landmark meetings, actually anesthesia in the heart, and brought people in from around the world who were considered experts at that time.
He comes over as I'm just a down-to-earth anesthesiologist who, with a number of other people, helped remake the Cleveland Clinic and remake all of anesthesia.
You know, an intuition about business, he understood it, and he could communicate it. You know, what I think's been lost over the years is that when we, in 1989, had a transition, Fawzi was the interim CEO. And it really changed, I think, the way we began management at the Cleveland Clinic, paying attention to details, looking at opportunities, and really making sure that we manage this institution at its fullest.
Dr. Estefanos is one of the greatest physicians in the history of the Cleveland Clinic. He has built an incredible department. So when you look at the man, you realize he's not only a great physician, but a tremendous recruiter.
Fawzi's been an ambassador all over the world, and he has been part of developing relations in the Middle East, particularly in Egypt, and has been a recognized intellectual force in cardiothoracic anesthesia for well more than 20 years.
He wanted the Division of Anesthesia to become the best teaching, best research, and best clinical department in the country, and I think he's achieved that.
He had a style of being tremendously loyal to those around him and tremendously loyal to the institution itself, and trained you how to be a better administrator, how to be a better manager. In fact, there are stories of many former members of his administration who have gone out and become CEOs of hospitals and running much larger organizations.
As a former graduate of the Estefanos School of Management, or as I affectionately called the School of Hard Knocks, I want to express my appreciation for that experience. I feel like I gained a lot under your tutelage, Dr. Estefanos. You truly helped prepare me for my current position as president of St. Vincent Hospital.
My wife became ill with multiple sclerosis, and Fawzi came to see me virtually every day for 3 weeks to see how I was doing. I thought that was not only a concerned physician, but a true friend, and Fawzi, I won't ever forget it.
He and I were very good partners. It seemed to many that we were arguing a bit of the time, but a lot of this was either for show or honest debate, or the majority of it was probably me trying to understand the Arabic culture.
People come to him with all kind of problems, personal, work problem, and he is able to resolve them in a thoughtful way.
He came with me to look at our current house, and he told us how good a value it was. So my wife said, if Fawzi says it's a good value, you get it.
He never forgets. It's always an advantage when your boss forgets, but he has a photographic memory and always remembered the things that we talked about the last time we met.
I learned a lot from Fawzi. Everything that I think I do today, in some way or another, has been touched by him. I think the greatest was he gave me a book once called The Art of Negotiation. And I thought, you know, Fawzi's negotiating skills were legendary. He would just beat you down or he'd yell at you. So I thought when I'd open it up, it would just basically say, just agree with me. But when I opened it up, there actually were, you know, 3 themes to it. And once I learned it, I said to Fawzi, Fawzi, I know what you think, I know how you act, and now I can negotiate with you.
Well, I think the reason Dad's successful is because he's so stubborn. When he puts his mind to something, it's a success. And when he sets his heart to something, he sees it through, whether it's with the church or with the family or with the Cleveland Clinic. What is Dad going to do when he retires? That is the question that's on everybody's mind. I think first and foremost, he's going to spend some time with the family, with the grandkids, with Mom. Second, he's going to be free to devote more of his time and energies to the church and to the foundation which he started, the St. Mark Foundation for Coptic History Studies. And it'll definitely keep him busy collecting historical documents and preserving them and supporting our monasteries in Egypt. Dad has spent his entire professional career at the Cleveland Clinic, or almost his entire professional career at the Cleveland Clinic. So I think no matter what, he'll always be an ambassador for the Cleveland Clinic.
Tremendously loyal.
He kept challenging us.
Very definitely a leader. He seemed to be almost fearless.
I think my dad is a great example of the American dream.
He articulates the vision.
He's a master negotiator.
He was a great diplomat.
He had an extremely sharp mind, and I could always count on him.
He's got a great business mind.
A concerned physician.
He's tenacious.
A true friend.
An intuition about business.
He was a very warm person.
Scholarship, leadership, courage, and faith.
Tremendous judgment.
He was a very fair person.
Dr. Estefanos is the father of modern anesthesia at the Cleveland Clinic.